All right, now you have your piece ready, and we have already done invisible fasten off, and we are ready to attach it to our plushie. So at this point you might be wondering, what is the correct way to attach the belly? The easiest way to distinguish the right from the wrong side is to spot that yarn tail coming out of one of the sides. And the side that it is coming out of, that's the wrong side. We can also see the horizontal lines on the wrong side, as you can see here. While our right side does not have any tail poking out of it, and also it has these V shapes. So this is going to be the front of our piece, the right side of our piece, and this is going to be the wrong side. If your yarn tail is too long, feel free to trim it, but not too short because we do not want any accidental unraveling. Now, I would not go shorter than this. This is a pretty manageable length and we can easily hide it inside of the belly part. All right, now what we are going to do is insert our needle into a spot in between two stitches and bring it out at the other side of the stitch. And then we're going to pull it tight. Now see how this yarn tail came out of this stitch on the belly. We want to bring the yarn tail up through the stitch to its left. So we're going to insert our needle under that horizontal piece this way. Remember to pull it tight every single time. You can see that the yarn tail right now is coming out of that stitch. So next we are going to insert the needle into the stitch immediately next to it, so that horizontal V is immediately next to it. And then we're going to pull it tight. And you can't even tell that there is a yarn in between these stitches. Now we're going to look back at our plushie to find a spot on our plushie's body that lines up best with the yarn that's attached to our belly patch. So we're going to insert our needle in that hole and take it out one stitch over, following the natural curve of our shape, our belly patch. So instead of bringing the needle out straight, but we are going to bring it out a little bit down, again, as we are trying to follow the natural curve of our shape that's being attached onto the plushie. Now, again and again, we are going to alternate between bringing the needle from top to the bottom of the stitch. And then from the bottom to the top of a stitch, which, as you can see, is the next stitch. Now repeat these steps until all of the belly is sewn onto your plushie. Also make sure you hide your yarn tail in the piece as you sew the piece onto your plushie. When we are finished sewing, what we want to do is lock our stitch. And how we are going to do that is put our needle back into the exact same spot it came out of. And then push it through the entire body of our plushie. Now we want to pull the yarn tight at this point, but not too tight, as we don't want to dent our belly part. And our last step is to cut the yarn tail as close to the body of our plushie as possible, just to make sure no yarn tail is showing. And if you still see your yarn tail poking out of your piece, just simply massage it gently until that yarn tail disappears inside of your plushie. And all right, you're all done. This is how you sew a flat piece onto your plushie.